Okay, 8.2, we're going to graph and we're going to label the asymptotes. Let's go to y equals and put these in y equals. So in y1, it's 1/2 times 2 to the x. And we'll graph it.
Oh, mine doesn't have the
Axes. Press format. Press second format, and then turn your axes on.
There is. Okay. Why do people take the word off?
Okay, what's the asymptote here?
Oh,
Y equals 0. Y equals 0. Any questions on that
yeah,
one?
mine's still not. Yeah, there. I'm about to have to go do it too. Yeah, it's still.
Okay, let's go to the next one. It's negative 1/2 times 2 to the x. So what do you think about that one? What's the horizontal asymptote?
Oh.
Y equals 0. What did it do when you put the negative in there? It's upside down. It flipped it across the line where y equals 0. Flipped it across the asymptote. Okay? Do y'all have any questions about how to graph and label asymptotes? We good? Go to the next page. Y equals, and it's negative 4 times 2 to the x. What did that do to our graph? What's the matter, y'all?
Mine has like thick lines, so I can't see anything.
Hit zoom.
Standard or zoom, yeah, zoom standard.
Mine keeps saying invalid PIN.
Okay.
Perfect.
That plot thing needs to be off. Everybody good now? Good? Okay. Graph the next one. Y equals negative 3 to the x power.
Is this all we're doing? Is just graphing?
We're going to do some actual problems in a minute, but I just want you to see what the negatives do, what happens when you change the values. It moves it around a little bit. Okay, let's go to the next page. What about this one? Y equals 8, we're just kind of walking through mine. 8 times 1/2 to the x. Now, is it a growth factor or a decay factor? Decay. What's your asymptote? Y equals 0. Now let's put the next one in. 8 times 1/2 to the power of, put it in parentheses because it's x plus 2 is the exponent.
Oh no.
And then plus 3. X plus 2 is in, like, inside of the set, and x plus 3 is outside. And graph. What does it appear your asymptote is now? Y equals 3. Because it moved it up 3. That 3 moved it up 3 units. So your horizontal asymptote is where y equals 3. Okay. So here's the kind of problems we're going to have. Arsenic-74 has a half-life of 17.5 days. That means in 17.5 days it cuts itself in half. Okay? Write an exponential decay function for a 90 milligram sample. Use the function to determine how much remains after 6 days. Okay? Y equals, what's your starting amount here? 90. What's it doing? Is it cutting itself into thirds, cutting itself in half? Is it doubling? Cutting itself in half. Now, 17.5 is my exponent. And I need, that's how long it takes it to cut itself in half. And you need to multiply that by 6. So we'll have y equals, well, we'll go to regular screen. 90.
Okay, let me tell. That's what we can. Well, here you go. Yep.
1/17.5.
So let's see.
Okay, let me ask you this question. In 6 days, has it cut itself in half yet? It takes 17.5 days to cut itself in half. So you are using 6 parts of the 17.5. So it's 90 times 1/2 times 6 of the 17.5 days. So it's a fraction of it. So it's not quite cutting itself in half yet. 90 times 1/2 raised to the power of 6/17.5. And I get about 71 milligrams.
What? Okay, I think I can follow. Wait, can you? Y'all want to get
There was
out?
definitely a way for me to know to not get caught.
Yeah. I mean, there are numbers there, and I can just kind of put them.
I think it's kind of hard to pull them all out.
Okay, let's do number 15 in your book on page 434. Phosphorus 32 is used to study the plant's fertilizer. It's a half-life of 14.3 days. Write an exponential decay function for a 50 milligram sample. Find the amount remaining after 84 days. Okay, so we're starting with, that's your starting amount right there. What's your starting amount? 50. And then it's cutting itself in half. Now, how often is it cutting itself in half? 14.3 days. And the sample has been there for 84 days. So has it cut itself in half at least once? Twice? Probably several times, right? So you've got 84 over 14.3 for your exponent. Okay? So you've got the number of days we've been in this process over the number of days it takes to become a half-life. So enter that. And how many milligrams are left? 0.85. Okay? Homework. On page 434.
The execute is legit.
You know, I believe it is.
Are you typing this?
That was hard.
I know.
I think I'm gonna have to take the next one too, as
Because
much as I don't
I was
want
gonna
to.
sign it up. I was gonna do it in February, but I didn't sign it up in
I
time.
didn't either. It just would have been better for me.
Yeah. And then I've also taken it in June, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna take mine in June too, if I'm not doing anything.
Okay, that'll be all for today.